Well, hello, beautiful friends. This is Linette here, and Nikki and I are going to bring you our backyard garden tour today. I'm so excited and very proud. We have worked really hard in the garden this year, and if you like what you're seeing, this home here is so old. It was built in 1842. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for us. We would love for you to be part of our YouTube family. We appreciate you watching, and like, comment, and subscribe. These here are my beautiful urns, and I put bubblegum petunia in them this year. So come and follow us and enjoy all these beautiful flowers. Let's start right here because I love this view of our garden. And this is our backyard garden here. And right here is a row of viburnum. It is Judd viburnum. And then we will go right here through the entrance. These urns have a green mountain boxwood in them. And these are the only pots that have two proven winners bubblegum super petunias in them. And they're on the right side and the left side. There's some ivy in there. There's some vinca. Some other petunias, you know, just like the little 6-pack petunias. There's a Dusty Miller. And I wanted to tell you about these old pedestals here. When we first moved in, a friend of ours now, his name is Danny, he drove by and he said, "Hey, I have stuff and you like stuff. Do you want some garden stuff?" And I was like, okay. And I walked right down to where he lives. And when my husband got home, you know, handyman Steve from work, we went down there and got these pedestals. And I think they're so special because they used to be his late wife's. And I believe she died from cancer. And I just think they're super special. And then the urns themselves, I just found at Lowe's. And then when you get through here, I just have ivy here. That's the viburnum hedge there. There's an incredible hydrangea, and then in front of it is an endless summer hydrangea, but I'm getting no blooms on it this year. It makes me sad. And then on the wall is English ivy, and then up here is Boston ivy. That we are getting our house trimmed, so we had to go up there and cut a decent amount of the ivy off the wall. Oh, that makes me sad as well. And then we have a little bench area here, a couple little statues, and you guys, this is one bubblegum super petunia. Just one. And then you'll see I did bubblegum kind of everywhere this year. And this takes us around the corner here. I have a little antique wall hanging pot there. And I just got this statue, a little girl and boy under an umbrella. Got some hostas. And I wanted to show you my little flower pots here on the pedestals too. This is one super petunia Vista bubblegum. This is a magnolia tree. And then this takes us to our native perennial garden. And right here at the front of it is a dwarf Korean lilac. And I am pruning it to be a tree. And then flanking this window, I have a purple butterfly bush on this side and a white butterfly bush on that side. I have an America rose climbing and then another China rose there. And you guys, that is one bubblegum petunia there. So this leads us to my perennial garden, which is jam-packed full with a lot of native plants here to the US and a few native plants here to Ohio. So let me turn the camera around and show you them in detail, and I'll also give you all the names. Right past the lavender, or the lilac tree, I'm sorry, I have a lace-capped hydrangea. Then I have a grouping of irises, hosta. I popped in a coleus and a geranium there. There's a allium, and then this fuzzy looking plant right here is a blazing star liatris. This is a new plant for me today. It's super pop or buzz pop bee balm. And this here is blue star Amsonian. And this is tickweed or coreopsis. And then this is a beautiful Gara that came back for me from last year. And I love how it looks very ethereal in the garden. After the coreopsis, we have a David Austin rose. And this is called Munstead Wood. And this rose is pretty amazing. I don't know what's going on with the collar right now, but it'll give me blooms pretty much throughout the summer if I keep it deadheaded good enough. And then next to the rose, we have a purpley pink phlox. Some more alliums down there. And then back in the back is my little drift of Shasta daisies. And then this is brown-eyed Susan that hasn't yet to bloom. And then right next to the phlox is a limelight hydrangea. So that looks really pretty together when the limelight hydrangea blooms. And behind the limelight is a Korean lilac bush. And believe it or not, this Korean lilac was the exact size of the little tree that you see there. And I'm just keeping that tree pruned up really tightly. So after the limelight hydrangea, this is a blue fortune agastache. And then back here in the back, we're going to have some coneflowers. And that is my crepe myrtle here. And this big plant here is called a rose mallow, malvia. Below the agastache, I planted up another bee balm, some silver dusty miller, a geranium, a little petunia, and this here is baptisia. And then right behind the baptisia is a dappled willow tree that I just planted. It is a Hakuro Nishiki, and I'm really excited about this. Nikki got one in a shrub form, and I've been wanting one, and I just hadn't gotten it, and I saw it when I was at Menards, and I thought it was pretty, so I can't wait for next spring to see that bloom. Below it is the baptisia, and this is a hosta that's looking so pretty. And then behind that is another phlox, a coneflower, got some wild violets, and this is aster here, and another geranium down there, and some dusty miller, and the beautiful coneflower. around the corner on the native perennial bed, I have another Korean lilac, and then a little clump of Monarda bee balm. A coneflower here, and it's getting ready to burst open. This area here used to be full of Shasta daisies, but this year I only got a few popping up. So I did sprinkle some seeds, so hopefully I'll get a little bit more. This is a pontanello tree or bush. I got an endless hydrangea there that never does well for me. This is a black knight coreopsis. These are my black-eyed Susans. And then back to the very beginning with the lilac tree. And this is our fountain garden. It is 6 incredible hydrangeas around the fountain. And then around the hydrangeas, I have a border of disinformis yews. And I'll turn the camera around and show you a closer look. It is 6 incredible hydrangeas flanking the fountain. And then around the hydrangeas is going to be a really pruned up hedge eventually. But these are disinformis yews. And I want to really tighten them up maybe next year a little bit. But the hydrangeas are looking gorgeous. This is our seeding area here. And it needs a good cleaning. Welcome to my beautiful shade garden. This is an eastern redbud tree, and it gets a very, very pretty purpley pink color in the spring. This arbor here, I have a little iceberg rose trying to grow again for me this year. And then this is a happy jack clematis. I think I'm going to get a few more little blooms there. I just planted up the 2 pots on the side. It's a green arborvitae, a asparagus fern, some vines, and some impatiens, because this is a shady area back here. And my impatiens do really, really good back here. This takes us over here to the shade garden. And I have a lot of stuff back here, and it needs to be completely weeded and, you know, doing some cutback back there. But there's a little mirror in the shade garden with a table. Incredible hydrangea. That's a sum and substance hosta way back there in the corner. That's a guacamole hosta. And then this white and green one is a patriot hosta. And then back on there's a arbor back there, but you can't see it, but that's a golden flame honeysuckle. And then next to the honeysuckle is an Annabelle hydrangea. Past the Annabelle hydrangea, I just planted a couple of little impatiens, and that's another rose mallow here that I just cut back like 2 days ago, and it's already growing back. This is a Montauk daisy there, so that'll bring me some fall. I got a little bit of sedum over here, and you can kind of see the honeysuckle bloom there. This here is our carriage house, basically our garage. But back in 1842, this was where the horse and carriage went. This is what I refer to as my statue garden. The statue you see behind me was one of my very first purchases here in the garden, and she's seen a few days, but I still love her so much. So let me turn the camera around and show you all my beautiful perennials in my statue garden. Back in there quite thickly this year, but she's still looking beautiful. The start of the lady statue garden, I have a really big sedum there. That's Autumn Joy sedum. This is a new plant for me this year. It is a Angelonia. It's a proven winners, and it's called Angel Face Wedgwood Pink. And I just thought, that is so pretty. Like, some of the leaves look purple and then they go to pink. It's just really, really pretty. Behind that, I have a annual salvia, white one, and then an annual white salvia and annual purple salvia. This is a pencil sky holly, and behind the pencil sky holly is a endless summer hydrangea. Behind the hydrangea is a white hollyhock. It grows here for me almost every year. And then that is a 9-bark. Back here is this little purple plant right here. I meant to move it this year because I don't think it's getting enough sun, but it is called Betony, and it is so, so pretty. These are some bleeding hearts there, and that is a little Buddleia butterfly bush. My hydrangea tree is a white phantom hydrangea. It's already starting to bloom up good for me. Then I had a really pretty peony this year, and it's in the little obelisk right there. I dotted the front border with Dusty Miller, some petunias, marigolds, geraniums. And then here in the back, I got a little cluster of snapdragons. This is a red velvet coleus because I wanted to have a little bit of red back here. This is a knockout rose here. That's going to give me color all season long. This is a sunflower here, and I think it's going to be the white, kind of yellow Italian sunflower. Back there is another coneflower. This is a Blue Fortune agastache here. And this little rose right here is called Grit and Grace. Just a really pretty buttery yellow. A little sedum in front of that, Autumn Joy sedum. And then I have salvias that I just had to cut back. And then I just have a pot there on the stand of bubblegum petunias. I threw some other little yellow petunias in there. This back here is another purple phlox, and if you can see this is my Eden climbing rose that died all the way back to the ground this year. So I did not get any blooms off of her yet this year, but I'm hoping she'll come back strong for next year. This here is a pink diamond hydrangea, and we got some buds coming on it. Down here I have a dahlia. I have some foxgloves that I had to cut back. A few little annuals there, marigold. The geranium is a pink maverick geranium, red velvet coleus there again. And then this here is a limelight hydrangea in front of the pink diamond hydrangea standard. After the limelight hydrangea, it takes us to the front of our carriage house here. And I just have a pot with a faux evergreen there just because it's kind of hard to keep evergreens alive back here. And then I just put my impatiens, some vinca vine. I think there's some English ivy in there. And I think it looks really pretty with the hosta leaf coming. And then when the white hydrangeas start to pop out, it looks really, really pretty too. Okay, in this area, I have a Claire Austin, David Austin rose on the obelisk. I got English ivy going crazy over in that area. And then this area here, I'm just going to show you a tiny bit because I want to have a final video on my boxwood hedge project. Then this leads us to a row of burning bushes. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe so you can see a couple projects I got coming up. I got some really exciting new things happening around the garden. And eventually this is going to be changed here to something different. But right now I think it looks really, really pretty. I got this old antique potting stand at an antique store here close to us in Lancaster, Ohio. And I just potted it up with some different flowers there. Potting stand at an antique store here close to us in Lancaster, Ohio. And I just potted it up with some different flowers there. That is a screened-in sun porch up there at the top. And like I said, we're getting our house trim painted, so that's really exciting. And I'll be doing a video shortly here. I think the painters have about 3 or 4 more weeks because they're doing custom painting. And we've also had a lot of rain here in Ohio. We're in Ohio in a zone 6. Well, thank you guys so much for joining Nikki and I today for our backyard garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found some plants that you love and that maybe you'll plant in your backyard too. Hit the subscribe button. We're trying really hard to hit the 3,000 subscriber mark, and it's been taking us forever. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be awesome. Thank you, and you guys go find your passion today.